Hey there, my friends. Me, Matty D of A1 Solutions Group, here with the video on the new FICO Resilience Score Index that was launched recently. And if you don't know what it is, it may confuse you because you may think, okay, is this a new score? Is this FICO 10? No, okay. This is not FICO 10 and 10T. This is I want to say complete something that's different. It's more of a tool that is being rolled out right now to some lenders as a pilot program, as a test. And it's more of a tweak to just going off someone's credit scores. There's another tool that they can use that'll help determine, okay, is this person still someone that we can lend and approve and will still be profitable, okay? And this has come out because anytime there's an economic downturn, economy just tanks. Right now we're involved in this pandemic, or recession. What lenders will do is they will then raise the minimum credit score that's needed to get approved. Because then let's just go with people who have good credit, we'll be fine. So what happens is a large portion of the population gets cut out. Okay, when the economy's good, they'll lower they'll lower their minimum credit score, and then more people can get money. But as soon as an economic downturn happens, they're like, nope, you got to be at a 680 now and put down 20 down minimum payment. I'm sorry, 20% minimum payment, which happened. I forget which company it is. I want to say JP Morgan, but they've raised the minimum credit score to 700, okay, for a mortgage. So now with them, you have to be a 700 FICO score, and you have to put down minimum 20% down payment for a house. And I was like, that's crazy, especially with everyone getting laid off once, twice now in some cases. It's gonna cut people out. So what this resiliency score index does, it says, is looking at the person saying, okay, in an economic downturn, how resilient or strong, or do they have the financial wherewithal, resources to still pay their bills on time, okay, versus someone who's not as strong or resilient. That's what it does. And it kind of goes against the main credit score a little bit. And I did rest a note, so I'm looking down at this because it's worth. The first thing about this score that comes into play is that it's on a score in a range from 1 to 99. Again, 1 to 99. And in this case, it's opposite. The higher your resiliency score is, I can't say the word. The higher your resiliency score is, the worse you are. The less resilient you are, the more of a risk you are. They're like, no, I'm not going to lend to you. The lower it is, the better. Now it's opposite, okay? In terms of credit scoring, whether it be FICO or Vantage, the lower your score, the worse. The higher score, the better, okay? That's one difference there. Another difference, number two, is that they take in other factors that credit scoring model doesn't use so much, okay? So there's two things here, whatever I say. So taking into one, your credit mix. Your credit mix is only 10% of your credit score, but the credit mix here, which is a mix of the revolving and installment loans, that's auto loans, mortgages, and revolving credit card accounts you have, okay? That's the credit mix that they're taking into, all right? And what they're looking at also is debt on your credit cards, not the utilization. And for FICO and Vantage, your utilization rate, which is 30% or below, you're better off. The lower your balances are, the better. In this case, it's opposite. Okay, it looks at you and what debt you have. You have all that debt on your credit cards, like you have 10,000 here, 20,000 there. It's gonna give you a higher resiliency score, okay, versus someone that has 1,000 on one credit card and 2,000 another credit card, okay? So with the resiliency index, you can, as far as utilization, that's not a factor, it's not a debt yet, which makes sense because in an economic downturn, you got a lot of debt and your income gets cut off, whatever, you're gonna have a hard time paying it off versus not having a whole lot of debt, okay? So they look at that. The other two factors that you look at is the number of active revolving accounts you have and number of new accounts that are open last year, okay? So if you have a lot of accounts that you open, all that stuff, you're looking at that and saying, okay, well, if you have a lot of accounts that are open, a lot of new ones, something happens, the economy and your income, how are you going to pay your stuff on time? All right. And payment history, they're not factoring in. Again, like I said, the resiliency index scoring model kind of goes the opposite direction of what FICO and Vantage does. So looking into that, they're looking at, okay, how strong are you financially when the economy goes, that you're going to be fine. That's what it comes down to in this. Now, with that being said, the other thing I have written down here is lenders. Here's what's happening. Anytime FICO or with the vantagescore model, the credit bureaus, whenever they release a new update or something new that's scoring, not every lender takes it on. I've said this in previous videos because of the fact that, one, these updates and new programs that come out are not free. It costs them money. It's like, how you get updates on your cell phone every, like 2, 3, 4 months, and it updates automatically. Well, imagine whoever you have, your provider is, they roll a new update and you gotta pay like $50. You'd be like, can I get by without paying $50 every single time? Sure, because what happens? So the big thing here is money. And the other factor people don't realize that with these new updates or some new scoring model comes out, if it's too conservative, the lender may be like, well, that's less people that I can approve, and the less people I can approve, that means more people I have to go through. It's more financial resources. So the amount of money I'm putting into this does not mean I'll get a nice return on my time and my money. So people don't know, people realize that. So right now, what they're doing as right now with lenders, they're releasing as a pilot program that they can test for free. TransUnion is not using this at this moment in time, but Equifax and Experian are. Let them use it for free to see how they like it. Because the thing that comes down to it is this, and this brings me to another point here, is that your resiliency index score may be something that can use to help get you approved, whereas your credit score may not. It can work out like that, where your credit score may say, reverse that. It may be something that can be done where at the end of the day, where it's like your credit score may say you can get approved, but your resilience score may say may say otherwise. Could be vice versa. It could be like, hey, your credit score may not be as bad, okay, but your resiliency score says, hey, you're like a 10, so you can still get approved. The other thing that's doing for lenders, that FICO is saying, their argument, which makes sense, believe it or not, I kind of agree with this. Their point of argument is that, look, instead of lenders always raising their minimum credit scores when the economy takes a dive, they have this resiliency score index they can use. So this way, if you're concerned about approving people now, you can look at the resiliency score index, and if it's low, you may be able to use that instead of having to go off credit scores where the credit score took a dive or is limited. You can still get people approved that way. So we'll see how this comes out, because all these things take time. I don't know as of right now when they'll change it, if lenders are going to stick with it, because for all we know, lenders could use this and go, this is crap, we're still not profitable. Nope, because they can do that. These updates, new things come out, again, they're not required, they're not mandatory. It's completely up to the lender. As far as the lender is concerned, they want to be able to make money. And if you bring me something that makes me less money, I'm not using it. Peace. Then they'll do what they do. Now, there are ways you can see this. We're down here real quick. If you use My FICO, some people can see it, some people don't. That's one. But you can check it out at, I wrote it down, where'd it go? Yes, here you go. You can also check it out on Equifax. You can check on our website, call them if you have to. You can do that. So as far as what you can do, what it means to you at this point, one, we don't know who's really using it. You could probably, if you really want, you can ask them. I don't know if they'll tell you. If anything right now, I can tell you this. If you're with us trying to get your credit work done, let's work in credit. If you're trying to build credit, rebuild it, keep doing what you've been doing to build good credit and maintain it. If you're a person who doesn't have the greatest credit right now, get with us. We'll help you out. Because the other thing too, at the end of the day, is this: no matter what update that rolls out, here's what happens. If you already have great credit right now, you're going to be fine. If you have crappy credit, certainly crappy credit's not the best, you're going to be pretty much stuck and screwed regardless what happens. Now, if you're in the middle, that's a little different. It could bump you up. It might bump you back. Okay, and with this whole new resiliency index scoring model comes out, if you're in the middle, which is about like the 640 to 700 FICO range, this is where it'll come to you, where they look at you, and it might be something that gets you approved, or might get you something that gets declined. Either way, if you're in that range, hit us up. We can check your credit for $1, and it does not. We check credit. It does not. Okay. When we check credit, it does not put a hard inquiry on your credit. So we can look at it for $1, let you know. Worst case scenario is you've wasted $1, and that's it. Cancel, move on with yourself. So with that being said, hope this video helps. Let me know what your thoughts are below. And if you feel like someone will get value from this, please share. I appreciate you. Talk soon. Peace.